This is an L sample answer. Keep practicing to build confidence. To try a mock test with these questions, watch our mock test video. Let's start off by talking about hobbies. What hobbies do you have?
I have a few hobbies, but my main one is painting. I enjoy using watercolors to create landscapes and portraits. It's a great way to express my creativity and unwind after a long day.
How often do you spend time on your hobbies?
I try to dedicate a few hours each week to my hobbies. Usually, I spend my weekends painting, but during the week, it depends on how busy I am with work. It's important for me to make time for them, though, as they help me relax.
Have your hobbies changed since you were a child?
Yes, my hobbies have changed a lot. When I was a child, I loved playing outdoor games like football and cycling. Now, I'm more interested in artistic activities like painting and photography, which are more relaxing for me.
Do you prefer indoor or outdoor hobbies?
I prefer indoor hobbies, especially artistic ones like painting or reading. However, I do enjoy outdoor activities sometimes, like hiking or going for a walk in the park. It really depends on my mood and the weather.
Do you think hobbies should be educational?
Not necessarily. I think hobbies should be something you enjoy, whether they are educational or not. However, it's great when a hobby can also teach you something new or help develop your skills in a fun way.
That's the end of part 1. Now we are going to move to part 2. In this part, you will have 1 minute to prepare and then speak up to 2 minutes. Describe a situation when you had to be very organized. You should say what the situation was, why you needed to be organized, how you managed the situation, and explain how you felt about it.
One situation where I had to be highly organized was when I was responsible for planning a charity event at my company. The goal was to raise funds for a local children's charity, and many important clients and partners were attending, so I wanted everything to go smoothly. It was a large-scale event, and I knew it would require careful coordination. I needed to be organized because there were many moving parts: booking the venue, arranging catering, sending out invitations, and managing the budget. Each task had a strict deadline, and any delays could have caused major issues. Additionally, I had to ensure we stayed within the financial constraints while still delivering a high-quality experience for the guests. To handle the situation, I created a detailed action plan with deadlines for each task. I prioritized debooking the venue and catering first, as these were essential. I also used a project management app to keep track of tasks and regularly updated my team so that everyone knew their roles. This system allowed me to stay on top of everything without feeling overwhelmed. In the end, the event was a success, and we raised a significant amount of money. I felt proud of how everything turned out, and being organized definitely helped me handle the pressure. It reinforced my belief that thorough planning and teamwork are essential for pulling off large events.
That's the end of part 2. Now we are going to move to part 3. We are going to continue to talk about being organized. Do you think being organized is important for everyone?
Yes, I believe being organized is important for everyone, regardless of their profession or lifestyle. Organization helps people manage their time effectively and reduces stress. Whether you're a student, a working professional, or even a parent, being organized allows you to focus on what matters and avoid unnecessary chaos.
How can technology help people stay organized?
Technology has made it much easier for people to stay organized. There are countless apps for task management, calendar scheduling, and reminders that help people plan their day efficiently. For instance, I use apps to set deadlines and track my progress on projects, which keeps me on schedule. With tools like these, it's easier to prioritize tasks and avoid missing important deadlines.
What are the disadvantages of being too organized?
While being organized is generally a good thing, there can be disadvantages if it becomes too extreme. Some people may become rigid in their routines and find it hard to adapt when unexpected situations arise. Being overly focused on organization can also lead to stress if things don't go exactly as planned. I think it's important to find a balance between being organized and staying flexible.
That's the end of the speaking test. Good job.